let's have a heart-to-heart about hatching shipped eggs, because I've got some eggs in lockdown right now and I do not think that it's going not only the way I planned, but absolutely not the way I hoped. What prompted me to make this video and it's because I want them too bad. When I want things too bad, shit doesn't work out for me. And I really want some Wheaten Americanas because I want to couple them with my Isabel Americanas to further my Isabel Americana breeding program. Now, I'm on a wait list for chicks semi-locally that I can go pick up, but I've still been trying to hatch out eggs in the meantime because, I mean, you know why. And listen, hatching shipped eggs is always a gamble, even if you do all the right things, even if the eggs are packed perfectly, even if you watch my pinned videos about how to have successful hatch rates hatching shipped eggs, even if you use the egg bras, you let your eggs rest for 24 hours, it is still a gamble. So far this year, I've had a couple dozen eggs shipped in. I've really been working to cultivate a flock of Wheaten and Isabel Americanas and just purebred Americanas in general. And so I've had eggs shipped in from around the country so that I can build up that flock. I have had eggs shipped from as far away as Oklahoma. I'm in North Florida. And then I've had eggs shipped from as close as Georgia, just a couple hours north of me, that arrived like literally the next day. And honestly, all of the packaging has been superb. I've allowed all of them to rest for at least 24 hours. I always put them into the incubator, pointy side down, in my little egg bras for like 3 to 5 days. But really, I keep them in there until I know that the air sacs are securely attached again, because really that's the biggest problem that I have in hatching shipped eggs is the air sacs. And then of course, with shipped eggs, like one time this year, I was hatching silver Americanas. 18 out of 23 of them were showing development on day 5. And then somewhere between day 10 and 16, that number dropped down to 8. Out of those 8 that made it to lockdown, I was able to hatch 5 of them. 5 out of 23 eggs. They came from Oklahoma. Like I said, they were beautifully packaged. The seller even wrapped the cartons in tinfoil to try to protect them from the x-ray machine. I mean, everything was done right, but I ended up with 5 out of 23. That seems to be kind of my magic number this year. I have this theory that I need to start with about 18 eggs. 1 dozen isn't enough. I need at least 18 eggs to start with, so which usually ends up to be about 20 because people like to send extras. And it seems like no matter how many eggs I start with, I end up with 5 to 7 chicks. And I will absolutely not be contacting any of these sellers because I understand that shipped eggs are a gamble. I continue to take the risk of the gamble of shipped eggs because I want to bring in these breeds that I could not find locally. And the way I see it, as long as I have a cockerel and a couple pullets, I can work with that. So these eggs right here came from Georgia. These eggs right here came from Oklahoma. These eggs went into lockdown 2 days before these eggs, and as you can see, there's chicks here. There are 0 pips here. These are Wheaten Americanas. These are Wheaten and Silver Americanas. These had really terrible detached air sacs. I kept the egg turner off and the eggs pointy side down for most of the incubation process. I like hand turned them daily. Against my better judgment, I'm going to go in and I'm going to candle these eggs because they're a day past when they should hatch. I've had my temperatures at like 100, 100.5. Pretty much like that's where they've been set to the entire time. Look at this. Look at these air sacs. This chick is no longer alive. And this is with my absolute best efforts. See that? This chick is also dead. God, what a bummer. I am very disappointed though. This is the worst hatch I've ever had with shipped eggs. So let's just hope for the best with this next batch. I think I've got 1 more pipped in there. 1 more pipped, 1 almost unzipped. I don't even know, man. I just crossed my fingers. On the bright side, I guess that's 1 less incubator I have to clean.